Welcome back, everyone. Example 2, again, we're going to be using general factoring, but this time your A value, again, is not 1. But don't forget, the steps are the exact same that we've been doing. We're just going to have to do an extra step or two when our A value is not 1. Well, I'm ready, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is identify our A, B, and C, which A is going to be the number in front of the x squared, which is 5. B is the number in front of the x, which is negative 13. And C is the number without the x, our constant term, which is a 6. Okay, after that, I'm going to slide my A to my C, or multiply. So slide A to C, which A times C, 5 times 6 is 30. And then I'm going to identify my B, which is negative 13. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to go ahead and divide because last time I almost forgot last time, and that was not good. The demon cats almost got me. So I'm going to go ahead and divide by my A value. So I slide by A, and then I divide by A. Slide and divide. So I'm going to divide by the 5. Okay, so then after that, I need to come up with 2 of the same exact numbers that will multiply to be 30 and also add to be negative 13. Which remember, guys, if you multiply 2 numbers and you're trying to end up with a positive, these have to either both be positive or both be negative. Which I'm trying to add to be a negative 13. Okay, so if I want to add and get a negative, that means what kind of numbers do I have to multiply and add if I'm trying to get a negative 13? Heavenly hamburger, you guys. They both have to be negative. You guys are so smart. You guys should teach me. You're so smart. Okay, so I'm trying to come up with numbers that will multiply to be 30 and add to be negative 13. I already know they should be negative, both of them. Okay, so I'm going to put the number over here, and I'm just going to kind of come up with values until I get something that works out. So, let's see. 2 things that multiply to be 30. Well, I know 1 and 30 work. Okay, so I know that negative 1 times negative 30 is positive 30. But does negative 1 plus negative 30 equal negative 13? No, it equals negative 31, so that's not going to work. Okay, so what else multiplies to be 30? Yeah, that's right, you guys. It would be 2 and 15. So let's see if that will work. So I already know 2 and 15 will multiply to be 30, which I know they're both negative. So 2 and 15, if you're looking at it, you're probably like, oh, 2 and 15 will work. 2 and 15 you can add together to get 13. Well, be careful, you guys. Remember, they both have negative. Okay, if 1 was positive and 1 was negative, like if 2 could be positive and 15 could be negative, 2 minus 15 does give me negative 13. But 2 times negative 15 doesn't give me positive 30, it gives me negative 30. So 2 and 15, although it kind of looks like they work out, actually does not work out. So the demon cats almost got us on that one. Okay, so what else will multiply to be 30? So far, we're striking out, you guys. Let's see. Yeah, you guys are right. 3 and 10 also works. So let's see if 3 and 10 will work. Well, 3 and 10, negative 3 and negative 10 will multiply to be 30. And negative 3 minus 10, guess what, you guys? That will also equal negative 13. So we have found our winner. Yay! I'm so happy. I'm going to do a happy face and a cute and cuddly kitten. Okay, so this will be negative 3 and negative 10. Oh, didn't mean to add the extra negative. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. All right, so now that I've found out the numbers that work, I'm going to bring those numbers on down. So I have x minus 3, because it's negative 3, and x minus 10, because it's a negative 10. Okay, and after that, I just simplified out my fraction. And don't forget, you guys, if you ever end up with a fraction, you got to move that denominator to the front of the x. Okay, so you move the denominator to the front of the x, and that will give you your final answer. So let's see what happens. Well, 3 over 5 will not simplify any further, so I'm just going to bring that on down. So minus 3/5. Okay, but negative 10 over 5 will simplify further. Okay, so 5 will divide into 10 and 5. So I'm going to divide both of these bad boys by 5. Okay, so negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 5. And divided by 5 is 1. So this is like 5 over 1, which is just 5. So 10 over... Oh man. Jeez Louise, this long. You probably already saw it, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, 10 divided by 5 is not 5. It is 2. Man, the demon cats are getting me today. That's a 2. 2. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Okay. Okay, and 5 divided by 5 is 1. So this is like 2 over 1, which that will just equal 2. Okay, so now that I simplified down my fractions, before I can write my final answer, I have a fraction in this parentheses, which is a big no-no. Don't forget, the mathematicians will seriously judge you if you show up and you're like, hey guys, I factored. And they'd be like, oh, but you left a fraction. It'd be all awkward. Okay, so we're not going to do that. We need to fix this fraction. Which, if you guys remember, whenever you end up with a fraction in factored form, you need to slide the denominator in front of your x. Okay, so I'm going to move the 5 in front of my x. So it's going to be 5x, and then simply I'm just going to bring on down my numerator. So 5x minus 3. Okay, and then this is going to stay as x minus 2. So guess what, you guys? My final answer would be 5x minus 3 and x minus 2. And that problem is officially done so.